Hi everybody, Mark Cleghorn here in the studio. Welcome to the Photographer Academy. In fact, we just thought we'd give you a little bit of a preview, an unscheduled live in fact. We've got 10+1 Dalmatians coming in, so it looks like 101, but it's not. My studio's big, but not that big. I just thought I'd talk you through the set that we're actually running through today. I'm sorry that we're not bringing you the 10+1 live Dalmatians actually on a live the YouTube, but it is being shot for Academy, so you can kind of come over to the photographeracademy.com and kind of watch that film at any stage anyway. But I want to talk through the studio setup for you. So I've opted to go for high key start. So that means that I'm looking for white with no detail on the majority. It is a big set, so it means that we are going to get some darkish coldness. It's not a commercial studio, we're a portrait studio, yeah, but we're going to get some great images here. So I've opted for f8 as a minimum setup. What do I mean by that? I use an f8 for a good depth of field, but I might need quickly go to f16. So I've set up everything for the perfect equation on 100 ISO at f8. That means that if I need to actually go straight to f16, all I need to do is whack up my ISO from 100 to 400, and basically I'm shooting straight away. Okay, let's talk about the setup. First of all, we're working in a three-sided studio here. So I've got the high key, yeah, that is a white vinyl floor, because they're going to be doing things on the floor that we need to clean up with, so I don't want to use paper. We just got the normal emulsioned white wall, and this is quite common for me in the high key, in fact. It gives me a near seamless kind of look, but it's a nice kind of quick setup and dismantle as well. I'm using the reflector panels, not for reflectors, but to corral them, okay? Because basically, if you haven't shot puppies before, they're going to be here for the 1 minute, and they're going to be over there, and over there, and over there, and you get what I mean with it. So we're going to corral. We've got the two dads coming in with them as well, so they'll be actually kind of helping, I hope, to actually kind of corral them. So this setup-wise, it's just going to be white and bright and light for both color and black and white photography, okay? I don't usually shoot black and white photography in high key. Why? Because I do prefer detail in white with the actual mid-key kind of image for black and white. But you'll see that if you come over to the Academy and watch the film. Second side then, as you can see here, we've got a blue background. And this is just a seamless kind of blue background that's going on. And then not quite rolled out yet is basically a checkered floor, which is just hiding itself. Let me just move that for a minute for you. So it's just rolled up for now, just actually over on the side here, ready to unroll when I'm going to work on this set. I'm going to be working quite a lot on the floor. So Mark Cleghorn doing his slugging impression again, where I'm laying on my belly. It's not fun getting up at my age anyway. So that's my second set. Then on this set, we're going to use the staging, and we're going to use coloured backdrops to actually put a colour between behind each of the puppies on an individual level. So we're not only going for the big group shot, but we're also going individual images before they go off to their new homes and everything else with it and things ready. We've got some great little plinths that we use in studio anyway. We use these to obviously kind of use as posing props for adults, kids, variety of sizes and so on. But they're just made. We just got a DIY store. We kind of buy an 8-foot by 4-foot sheet. We've had kind of cut plan, and then basically when we get them back, we kind of just knock these together and things really. Or I should say, Sean, my DIY man, he actually knocks them together and things. But these are going to be good, I think, for actually kind of staging the puppies up and down. Obviously, I'm not going to put a puppy up this high. It's going to be laying on its side. If you want to know what it looks like on the inside of some of these, I'm not sure which the best one is to look at. There we go. So different styles. So to make it nice and quick for the production, we basically just have a bit of a square timber in here, and basically we just screw in. This is an odd end one. What do I mean by that? It's an extra one that wasn't planned from the offcuts, and that's why it's kind of not flat. It doesn't meet the floor. So you want to make sure that these are meeting the floor. You'll see the one that we're going to use today where it's flush on all four sides, so it's really, really good. But, you know, in normal kind of shots, whether I'm shooting head shots, whether I'm just looking for a prop or something to lean on, you know, these kind of plinths are very, very cheap for us to actually create and make and everything else with it and things really. So you get a good idea on kind of there. As far as the backgrounds are concerned, I talked about the seamless paper. That's just teal today. Got a purple, we've got a kind of an oatmeal up as well, but we just opted for the teal. It's kind of my colour of the year and last year as well. So I've kind of really love it. I've been shooting a lot with the teal with all my fine art portraiture as well and things, especially when I'm dropping on a background. The vinyl floor, this is a photographic one, the white vinyl. If you haven't got the budget for this, just go down to your carpet store and just buy linoleum or vinyl, whatever it is, the offcuts, yeah, and just flip it over and paint it white. We have to clean this up all the time. It hasn't been cleaned for a while. It really does need a good clean. But in fact, the vinyls are pretty good. Just give them a nice matte kind of white with it and you get away with it. On this side, of course, we've got the checkered flooring. That's one of my favourite things. Gives me that bit of, I don't know, American kind of coffee shop kind of feel and things really. But I love the flooring, or a kind of, I should say, more of an Italian kind of dance studio, whatever. Anyway, the other kind of backgrounds that we've got going are these kind of Lastalite kind of pop-up colours and things that we just have in the studio all the time and things. Let's finish off with talking about lighting for a minute. The majority of the shoot is going to be shot as the main light is going to be the big octa. A lot of people, in other words, a lot of animals, yeah, they need to have a big light source kind of coming across them. And this light is going to be just turned away so it kind of feathers across. So we're getting this lovely kind of big light and things really across the whole scene. And obviously it's as low down as this stand will allow it. So it's going to creep over the top of the puppies and so on. If I was in any doubt at all, commercially, I'd be running a fill light pretty much where you are now, behind camera in that position and things really. The backlights, basically, we've got two Elinchrom ELC Pro heads. This one's a 500, that's a 500 as well, so it doesn't matter, they're a pair. As long as they're set on the same number, they give out the same amount of light. So if I just turn this round for a minute, I'm sure you can zoom in there. But basically on the back of the head, obviously we've got all the controls and so on with it. Power it on, and you can see very, very close in here, we've got 3.9. Now, obviously, it's exactly the same power as that light if that is on 3.9. However, if I put something between the light source and the wall in this case, that would obviously change its value. It would change its exposure level. We're just using these simple kind of clip-on barn door metals. We've had these for years and years and years. Okay, so these kind of basically just clip onto the reflector dish. Yeah, and then they kind of open up and close and everything else with things really. They're a really good, a great addition, but as you can see, Doggy had them a very, very long time. No pun intended there with the dog, by the way. But yeah, when we're shooting the likes of a high key and a big set, commercially, we would put the black of the reflector panels towards the light to stop any spill coming out and things really. So these are both set aside, and we've metered for around about the midway between, so there's the middle of the wall, yeah? There's the middle of the kind of the white light as such really, and basically this is where we take the exposure from on this side, and then we take the exposure in exactly the same way from the midpoint on here. And because we're looking for a high key, we're setting the background lights to two stops more than the actual main light itself, and obviously we do that with a meter. Very simple setup. I love a three-sided studio. Whether with 11 animals we're going to be able to actually shoot everything that I've got planned is another thing. But as I said, you can pop over to the Photographer Academy in the next few days from March and basically see this film live as well. Thanks for joining me live. See you soon. Bye-bye.